Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Hybrid Now. Wanted to give you some views in the beginning there of the Toyota Prius, because I know there's a lot of people out there waiting, desperately waiting for their new Toyota Prius. I've had some comments from people telling me that they have theirs on order. It's been several months for some. I think a few are approaching a year, which is just insane, man, to get a new vehicle. But I thought I'd give you a few driving views, another look on the inside, what it's like to drive the Toyota Prius, to kind of tide you over until you get yours. Or maybe give you an idea of what it's like inside the Toyota Prius if you're kind of on the fence and you're trying to decide whether or not you actually want to get one yourself. I love driving this car. I think it's awesome. It's like stepping into the future for me. Now, maybe I'm just used to driving trucks and, you know, maybe they're not or haven't been as advanced as this car is, but I don't think so. I think Toyota threw a lot of stuff in here, new things, or at least things that I haven't had, or even changes to things like the energy flow panel here. You guys can see how the energy is flowing through the car. Right now we're all electric. Notice the engine is not lit up. I dig that. Now let's go ahead. Let me see about traffic. Last thing I want to do is show you how it performs in a crash. All is good. We've made it out onto the road. We're all safe. So here is accelerating up to 55 miles an hour. Road noise, I always have to mention that because that's one of the big things people have dogged the new Prius for. Yeah, you can hear the road, but it's a pretty rough road. I don't know if you can see the gravel and stuff in this road. It's kind of like they didn't put enough tar on top to completely cover the stones. So the stones, while they're not flying all over the place, are up a little bit above the surface, so you get more sound. Right now we're going to go on a road that's not like that. You should have noticed the difference. So in my videos, if you maybe think the Prius is a lot louder, it's not necessarily the Prius, it's the road surface that I'm driving on. Here comes the harder, louder road. Now we're on that road where the stones are like protruding up through the asphalt. So yeah, that gives you an idea. But you can see out of the front what you can see over here. It's a great view, I think. What I really like about this is that they put this little window in the side here. It just opens things up a bit more, gives you a little bit better view out of the car, I think. I think it looks pretty darn good as far as visibility. Here's another surface. This is concrete. And back to the harder, louder asphalt, I guess. Now, as you might be able to see on the gauge cluster there, we're cruising at 55. So this is what it would sound like for you. Other views inside, I mean, obviously you've got the shifter down here, the cup holder area right handy within reach. Holds a couple of cups here, and then you've got some spaces on the side down there. We've always got this blue highlight or LED line. I'll call it a line. It's not really a bar going across the dash area there. I think that's a nice touch. I mean, that's not something that Toyota really needed to do. By the way, we've switched back to engine and electric now. You can see the engine lit up. So that means we're running off of both, no longer just EV power, but we should drop back to EV in just a minute. Here comes a railroad track we're going to go over, so you can see how the car kind of reacts to that. I would say that the car itself, while it is a nice cushiony ride, it is a little bit firmer. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like you're gonna, you know, feel like you're riding around in some sort of a sports car or anything, but it probably leans more that way than it does, let's say, Lexus or Cadillac. Still a great feel. I think the ride in here is fantastic. Now, as far as space goes, you can see where my hands are for reference on the wheel as opposed to distances to things. The side, here's my arm, of course, up on the window sill area, if you will. Plenty of space. I'm not really feeling any confinement in here at all. So pretty darn nice. Now, another thing I want to show you, which is something I wasn't going to originally get when I was looking at the XLE model, is the digital rear view mirror. I do have the digital or video rear view mirror. Let's go ahead and turn that on, and to do it, it's pretty simple. You just pull the little switch or whatever you want to call it, lever forward, and there it is. Check out how that thing lights up. I'm going to try to scooch a little closer for you. That's showing me video out of the back of the car. I think that is pretty darn cool. It gives you a good view of everything when you're looking out of the back. Particularly beneficial when you're backing up, of course, because you get a good view as to what's behind you. There is one thing I'm curious about, and that is when you're backing up to things, will it give you warnings and lines in the mirror as to how close you're actually coming to something? Something I haven't actually tested out yet. Of course, we would get that on the video screen or the infotainment screen. We're back to all electric, by the way. You can see how things are flowing on here. You have the battery, and then power is going in and out depending on how I'm driving with the pedal. Pretty cool. I love this setup, and I know they had that or something similar to it in the previous generation Prius, but this readout is nice and crisp and simple. I like that. I like simple. You can also have something similar on the dash, on the gauge cluster, I should say, but this is definitely the way you want to go if you want to watch how energy is flowing. And right now, I should be getting awesome fuel economy because I'm not using any gas. If I step on the pedal, right there, wow. This thing, that's the first time I've ever done that. This thing really does pick up, and you saw the engine light up there, right? You're never going to be wanting for acceleration in this car. I just think it's awesome. I'm going to turn that off. I always worry about it heating up or ruining the video camera, so I probably don't use that rear view mirror camera as much as I should. I mean, I paid for it. It's there, right? And I'm so happy I have it. I really am glad that the two XLEs that I was looking at did not work out, and I actually ended up with the limited all-wheel drive. The closest I think I could get to the Prime without actually having the Prime. Anyway, I just want to bring you guys with me. I'm just out kind of cruising around, and for anybody out there who's jonesing for the Prius, here it is. Here's what it looks like in the inside. Here's your view out of the front, your gauges, your screen, your steering wheel, all that stuff. Leave a comment down below. Is it driving you nuts that you haven't gotten your Prius yet? And how long have you been waiting to get it? I'd just be curious to know. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.